Hi, this is Edith, Educational Technologist at Oregon Tech, and in this video, I am going to go over how to create a new notebook. So if your system is set up correctly, you are probably going to be saving to your OneDrive. And that's good because it will sync up the notebooks and so that you can get them offline. And if your options aren't selected to that, so in the save and backup you can actually change it to the OneDrive here, and what you would do is highlight it, modify, and then find your OneDrive here. This is so you can access it offline, and since I've already have it set up like that, I'm not going to go through the process, but if you have any questions on how to do that, please let me know. Anyway, there's two ways you can do that. You can click on new here and create the new notebook. So I'm going to call it OneDrive or OneNote tutorial file video. Okay, and then I'm going to create my notebook. It should, if I highlight over it, it should say that it's going to my OneDrive. And I'm having problems with my OneDrive right now. As you can see, it's got a little error message, so I will worry about that a little bit later. But that's, if you wanted to sync it, you can actually right click on it and it'll eventually show up here, but right now it won't. So the other way you can do it is actually open a new notebook here as well. And then we'll go over some of the other options here. But anyway, the things that you can do, as I discussed in an earlier video, I have the ruled line because I do prefer it. But here's where you can put your topic. And so there are a few things you can do in here. One of the things is you can start typing. And one of the nice things about this is that this is actually movable. So if you didn't like where it was or it wasn't lined up on the line correctly, you can actually move it around. Another thing that you can do within a notebook is if you're online, you can actually take some information from a web page. So I'm going to go to MoMA, Museum of Modern Art in New York. Eventually I'm going to go back and visit, so I'm hoping to do that eventually. I am from New York, in case anybody doesn't know that. And what you can do is you can actually highlight. I want to show you what the hours are. So I can actually highlight the information I want. It seems like this one just wants me to take everything. So let's go ahead and just grab this real quick. And I can do a copy. And I can paste it actually into this page. And there it is. It shows up as information. The nice thing is it gives you also the link to MoMA. You can click on it and it will actually open it up for you. So that's a really good benefit for you if you're going to be giving out information that you want your students or somebody you're collaborating with to get to quick and easy access to that internet email link, internet link website. Okay, so you can actually rename these. So I can rename it to MoMA, just so that I know that's what I put that information in there. This is how you can add an extra section. Again, rename it. Say I want to go to Central Park too. So, and this is really nice because with collaboration, you know, if you have times and dates, you can actually put all of that in here, and then anybody who comes on here can actually look at it as well. You can add a page. So what an adding a page does is it doesn't add another section, it just adds another page to the document. And you'll see it here. Here's MoMA, here's Central Park. I haven't added anything, but I can go into the untitled page. I can actually rename this and call it you know, Central Park Cinderella Castle. Cinderella Castle. It is either Cinderella or Snow White. I think as kids we called it Cinderella's Castle, so that's why I'm there. And then perhaps you could put here Battery Park. And so now I can go between the two and actually have something in here. You know, we will be meeting at 11 o'clock at Cinderella's Castle. And Battery Park, we're going to watch. And so now I have those two things in there. And if I go back to MoMA, I just have the one. It is called OneNote video file just because that's what I put in the topic. So just be aware that anytime you add a page on these sections, whatever you put here is going to be the title page. Okay, so and then you can keep adding as many notebooks as you like. One of the other things that you can do is you can share this notebook, and again, you can put it in other web locations. You can find a place, and I will show you how to share it by email as well. And again, I'm not sure why I'm having issues. It may be that my wireless connection is not very good. Very possible in this area. And so so you can sync it so that you know that later on it's going to sync. But again, I'm not going to be able to sync. So here we go. Okay, there we go. I needed to click that. So now you can see that it is syncing. So if you have a message like that, double click that message and you will see it syncing. So that was a really good thing so that you can see. Sometimes I even have problems, and so it's just finding out how to do these little things. And so basically, once I'm done syncing on here, let's see, it's still taking some time, and that's probably because I did quite a bit of changes there. So you can see I can check the synchronization status, and I can sync manually. And I can sync automatically whenever there are changes. So there it goes. It's going to change now because I did quite a few changes. So it's saying that 2 are up to date, which are these 2 here, and the one that's not syncing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead back in here, and we're going to go over here to my OneNote online. Again, that's at Office 365. And you'll see it actually did show up here. There's the other classes. Actually, let's go into my notebooks because if you go into recent, these are, you may have deleted some notebooks, and we'll go over how you delete notebooks because it is a little bit different than you normally would delete files. But go ahead and go to my notebooks, and that'll be your most current notebooks. Now, if I go back here, I should be done syncing. So I'm going to go ahead and close that, and I want to show it to you right here. I believe this is the one we just did. Maybe not. We'll find out in just a minute, though. No, so this isn't the correct one. I will go to the other one. I did have one that I tried to create earlier, and it didn't work out very well, so I just wanted to make sure that I got in there. So let me double check the name of this one. OneNote file video. Okay. So we'll go ahead and click on that, and I should have everything brought over now. Okay, so there's my MoMA, and there's my Central Park. And you can see I also have my 2 pages that I created. And you can also add stuff here. So this is where it comes in handy, where you can do things on your desktop, and it'll carry over to the cloud, and then you can pick it up from any internet connection. So that's how the file works there. Let's go ahead and go back. Of course, you got your new, you got your open, so you can open any of these files. You can print, you can share from here, you can export, you can send, and we'll go over some of these things a little bit later. And you can view sync status from here. You can view the notebook from here. You can share on the web. So if you have any other questions regarding this part of the video, please let me know. And on the next video, I'm going to go over all the home features. It is going to be quite a bit of a video, so please be prepared for that. And I will talk to you later. And if you have any questions, comments, edis.warden@oit.edu. Phone number is extension 51730. Thank you, and have a great day.